Can you tell us a bit about
Yeah,
yourself and your streaming channel?
sure. So I'm BLU3BEE. I am a content creator in South Africa, currently focusing only on Call of Duty. So technically a Call of Duty content creator, and I stream on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. Which is YouTube is my main focus right now. But I've been doing this for about 4 years now. 2021, 4 years, 3 years, 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
What makes you Bluebee? Why did you decide on the name Bluebee and where does it come from?
So the name BLU3BEE comes from a very weird scenario. So I actually came I had a different name in the beginning. And the name wasn't very family friendly. So I was like, I can't stream and advertise the old name. I'm not gonna say the name. I'm gonna keep it a secret because I used to play competitive, right? So I used to be a Call of Duty pro in South Africa, but this is like 10 years ago when I was still playing keyboard and mouse. So where the name BLU3BEE comes from, it's what I did was I like the color blue, and I liked Bumblebee from Transformers. So I was like, what if they had a baby? And then Blue became Blue became out. And then I had the whole scenario of where to think about, okay, so now because my whole streaming thing I've thought out in layers. Like I didn't just start and pick a name and went with it. I was like, okay, so everybody that's in the streaming career has like a name they call the community, right? So I was like, what Luby is the easiest thing I can call everybody. Welcome to the hive, because it sounds cool. And I thought it's very family friendly and easy to catch on for people, and I love it. Yeah.
That's awesome. I like that. That's cool. Bluebee, Bumblebee. What inspired you to start streaming and how did you get into the gaming scene?
So it's a bit awkward now saying that who inspired me, but I was inspired by Doctor the Suspect. Well, can't really say that in today's world because of the whole scenario. But let me say I'm inspired by the previous version of him that what we all grew and loved before the whole scenario happened. And then Tim the Deadman. So all like the old legacy streamers, Esmond Gold. I don't know if you know Esmond Gold,
Mm, yeah.
all of the legacy streamers. And because I'm old, I'm very old, so I've watched when all of this started up back in the day.
Okay.
And but those streamers inspired me, and hopefully because I'm competitive, I can't exactly follow their lead, but I want to combine the competitive side with the casual side which they bring into the mix.
That's a good inspiration. Do you stream full time? Are you a part-time streamer? What does your week look like as a streamer?
All right, so I'm not full time. I stream part time. I'm a full time. They call me a network voice engineer. It's just IT. They
Mm.
call all the IT people engineers nowadays. But basically, I'm in the IT industry. I work for one of the ISPs, which I'm not gonna name. I'm waiting for them to sponsor me one day. But but to answer the question, part time, I only get about 2 hours a day to stream because I have a family. So I use the 2 hours to stream. Stream equals making content at the same time. And then I'm lucky to have an editor, but I used to edit my own stuff. When I edited my own stuff, it took too much of my time. And literally, then I would stream less and edit more, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. Because that's a balancing act. How do you balance streaming with other aspects of your life? Because I'm a part-time streamer too, and it's hard having a
Yeah.
full-time job and also doing
Yeah.
streaming on the side. Like, and the content creation, like you said, takes so long to make one clip. How do you balance
Yeah.
that? Do you have a solid schedule? What's your thing?
So so currently how it goes is I wake up 6 o'clock in the morning, which I start going to work. And then but I work from home, so I don't sit in the traffic.
That's
So
what.
that's the perk of it. It's the perk of working from home. So I work from home. There 6 o'clock I stand up, 3 o'clock I'm done working. So 6 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Then I start streaming. So we currently made it the way like that so that I have time to spend with the family. So by the time my daughter comes home, I can still technically stream from 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, or 6 o'clock, and then have the evening with my family, if that makes sense. So
That's
that's
good.
basically how we. That's how I'm currently balancing my life. I have a very supporting fiance, so she makes it possible for me to be able to take these challenges. And when I do need the extra time, I'm like, hey, Can I play a bit longer? I need this one video. I can't hit it because sometimes in Call of Duty you can't just always hit the video, and what makes it hard is that I need, as an example, I need to drop a 20 bomb in Warzone, and it's not easy to drop a 20 bomb if you my age, slower hands, slower everything. I need to drop a 20 bomb in order to put it on my YouTube because I have a schedule set that I have to do 3 videos, three YouTube videos, 3 TikTok videos, and then also because I'm also signed to an org, I have to also then make sure they also have a video. So technically, in total, I have about 1, 2, 3, 7 videos a week that I need to
Oh,
release.
that's a
Yeah,
lot. That's a lot of
it is a
videos.
lot. That's
Sure.
why I
Can I?
got an editor.
Yeah. Another
Yeah,
streamer Zol also said it's highly recommended to have an editor because
yeah,
that 250 or 150 or whatever they charge you is worth the hours you
yeah,
put in. So
yeah.
sure.
And editing takes more time than making the content itself. And to sit there and finding the content out of the content that you created. As an example, you need to find that specific clip within hours of streaming. Well, I made it simpler now, but back in the day, you would watch like 4 hours of stream just to find one moment that's juicy enough.
Yeah, I think all of us went through that. Learning how to take timestamps and putting marks in where your stream is.
Yep, yep.
What has been your most memorable moment or achievement while you've been streaming? What's your biggest, proudest moment?
While I was streaming,
Or not while you were
well,
streaming, like overall your streaming career.
so within the 4 years or 3 years, I'm not sure, 2001 till now, I think it's let's say 3 years. Within the 3 years of doing all of this, I always wanted to work with a specific few brands. I have a few brands that I like, and one of them reached out to me and asked me, "Hey, I want to like can they sign me in for I think it was a trial period of a month, or not a trial but a period for a month. I had to make ads for them, and Asus was the brand,
Oh,
and
well
I had
done.
they sent thank you, they sent me a 100,000 rand laptop, and I had to make this laptop likable for the community,
Yeah,
not to
oh,
keep.
damn. Because I saw the
So that
clip
was
and
my
I'm like,
first
yo,
question.
this man is playing in his garden on this monster laptop.
Yeah, yeah. So that was why I was playing him. I had to like think that I'm like, how do I make this creative? And
Mm.
my first big gig. Well, it was technically my second one, but my first big gig because also they do pay well for content creators. So if you guys ever do get signed with one, um, the companies or the ad companies do pay well, or the marketing company. I think you call them marketing companies. They do pay well, and they do take care of you. You just need to make sure as the content creator to put the time in to
Hmm.
grab their attention, if that makes sense. And what I had from that, learned from that moment was when they gave me the opportunity, gave me the contracts, and all of that. I learned that I didn't know anything in that moment. I didn't know what video to make because they were like, you have to make a lifestyle video. And why this was such a achievement for me was I had to think outside of the box, where I just had to sit in front of a camera, make a video. And now all of a sudden I was making videos and taking photos outside, getting a photographer to take photos because they wanted us to make photos. Stuff completely outside of the bubble that we are used to, because we just like to sit in front of the computer and make the content, and then we're done, we go sleep, it's over. And they gave me the opportunity to think outside of the box and also help me evolve my content in a way where I now know and I feel confident that I can do more than just sit in front of the computer in my content. Yeah.
That's good. That's such a good answer. Yo, nice goeie antwoord. Well done.
Mm-mm.
um, geez,
I'm
I,
old.
I, I want to ask you on a personal note. I might clip this, I might not. You can tell me if you want to. I tried reaching out to brands. I'm not as big as you. You've got
Yeah.
a big TikTok following. I don't know how many followers do you
I
have on
feel like
Twitch right
I
now?
feel like I'm small. I feel like I'm
It is
still
when you
small.
look at the big guys, it's like
Uh,
yo, but it's getting
yeah.
there. But yeah, you've
So
got a big. I
I
think
said
you've got over 30K on TikTok.
actually don't know. Let me check. Because I don't. It's a weird one. So what I've realized after working for a brand, now that you mention, I can explain to you how the brands looks. I have 47,000 now
Oh, you see,
on
40
TikTok
something. Yeah.
to give you accurate information.
Mm-hmm.
So on TikTok I have 47,000, and Twitch, which was my main streaming platform, I have 5.4.
That's good.
YouTube I have 3.8, and Facebook. Okay, so anyways, you get the gist. I'm not
Hmm.
'cause so I don't really care about the followers,
Yeah.
not the community supporting us when I say the number. Because what I've realized, because I was also reaching out to a lot of brands, and none of these brands actually even acknowledge that we send them a mail. That's the
Exactly.
biggest thing.
So how did you get
And
in? What was your magic? Like, what did you do? Did you change your way of making content? Did you change your type of videos? Do you know someone? Because I've heard it's also a very clicky.
I don't know. I don't know anyone. So basically, how it happened, I did ask them how they got a hold of it, a hold of me. Uh, they got hold of me on Instagram, which is my smallest platform.
Mine too.
So yeah,
That's
it's
okay.
so it shows you the importance of posting and being everywhere, not just on
Mm,
one platform. And it's very special, not special. It's very um, important that you as a creator make sure that you are everywhere, because not everyone is everywhere. Not certain marketing teams only market on certain platforms, and they have certain criteria that they meet. And I didn't know any of this. And the reason, coming back to why I say the follow account doesn't matter, they don't care about how big your following is. They care about the engagement on your videos, the likes, or the likes is the engagement, the comments, how many shares do you get, what influence do you have on people? As an example, coming back to Aces who sponsored me, right? I thought I had no marketing value as a person, right? As a content creator. And I came to realize, because a part of the deal is if someone buys something using code BLUEBEE, they you get a profit from it. And I thought I had no influence, and surprisingly, people bought the things with my BLUEBEE code,
oh
and I
wow.
was like, I didn't know I had this impact on people at all to even have the ability to make people do anything for me. I thought, because I'm the content creator, just comes and try and make people laugh, and I'm happy with that. That makes
Yeah.
my day. And but yeah, so to reach out to them does matter, I think, because some of I did Logitech was the other brand that I worked with.
Mm-hmm.
They sent me a mouse somewhere. I used to have it in the background. It was my very first sponsor, and I hold them. I didn't even use the mouse
Ah.
afterwards. I kept it in the box because it was like my trophy mouse, if that makes sense.
yeah.
And anyway, so I gave it to my fiance because I felt sorry for her. She didn't
Ah.
have a mouse, so I
That's
gave it to her.
good. It's good.
But reaching out to them does help. I think also what do help is making sure that all the content you post, make sure some of it is family friendly, because that matters. Because if you are only posting stuff, because I'm known for making people angry and yelling at me, saying mean things to me, right? I'm that
yeah.
guy.
We're in that field.
Eh, yes, and that makes it very hard for the brands to pick us as content creators, if that makes sense. So they're gonna say, "Oh, how does this reference to their brand?" So the
mm.
second tip, that was the first tip. The second tip, sometimes you need to show them that you can make content regarding a specific brand, a specific mouse. So what I've noticed is whenever I buy myself something new or new add-on to the streaming set of us, or whatever you want to call it, just showcase it, even though you get nothing for it. Show them, because at the end of the day, there is a demo that you are showing of the product you can give them one day if they want a video from you. So you kind of building your portfolio, because they're gonna ask you, some people, because some of the people I did send mails to, by the way, sometimes get get known with the marketing companies, not the brand. Because the marketing companies is what the brands use to market their stuff, and which what makes it so important that we get known in that area. And now, since I'm known there in the marketing, those people start sharing your name around. And when a brand comes, hey, I have this product, who can do it? And then they have a list of people that they know. Okay, BLUEBEE falls in this market, in the computer market. Let's reach out to him. And they already have a portfolio of kind of videos. Because I used to make little videos of stuff I got. And look, I think they found those videos, and those is what, because how does my videos, because the thing you have to think about now, sorry, I'm like rambling
no,
off
I
here,
like
but
it.
the thing that's if the thing that's super important is, if you think about it, we play games every day, right? So when people look at our content, they only see the games. Why would a laptop company sponsor us if they only see the game?
mm.
That's the biggest question you have to ask yourself. So it's somewhere along that you need to make a video of, oh, I got a new screen, or oh, this is my old screen. You guys want to see the specs and show it off. do a cool B-roll of the screen, and be like, this is my screen, this is what I use every day. Or you go to your Instagram. On my Instagram, what I used to do is put photos of my setup, even though I used to have a curtain hanging on I go way back. I had a green screen curtain hanging behind me on what do you call the thing? Strijkijsterplank in
Oh.
Engels. I had it set up behind me, one, and then the other cable went to my
Yeah.
cast open just to make a curtain hang, which was the curtain was a bed seat that was green, just to have a green screen. And I mean, this is where we all started, if you think about it. And I
Mm.
took photos of all these events, and eventually a company will be like, "That guy needs a green screen." Elgato is gonna be like, "Hey, that guy needs that one to pulley up green screens. Let me
Yeah.
give it to him." And then they're gonna. So my point, the moral of the point of the story is you got to show what you're worth. If you're not going to show what you're worth and what you can do outside of the scope of things that you already show, then why should a brand look at you? You need to make yourself more open for new things, more things, bigger things than just sitting in front of the computer. It makes a
Sure.
difference.
How do you engage with your audience and build a community around your channel?
So it's a tricky one because it differs from every streamer, right? Because it depends what kind of streamer you are. If you're competitive, which I used to be, when I was playing keyboard and mouse, I was extremely good. So there's two phases of this. There was the phase when I was good, and now I'm old. So the phase while I was good, when keyboard and mouse was still good on Call of Duty, as an example, I had two ways to attract the audience. I attract them by making content, funny clips. I found that South Africa, because most of our clips gets populated into, well, not populated, pushed out to South Africans first. And I've realized, I don't know if our nation is just love jokes, or what it is, but if you post jokes, it captures them quick. So that's the first part, right? So I make funny jokes. They like it. They then I have a little pop up that says I am streaming somewhere if they want to watch me, whatever platform. And they then say, okay, they click on my link in my bio and they come over to that platform. So now the user comes and he's like, hey, so your job as that streamer, you have to engage with that viewer coming in. Every second you miss and not responding, that person will be swiping away from you. And what I've realized, what a lot of these viewers and people want in our industry, the gaming industry, is they just want someone that can listen to them, someone they can talk to. And I've noticed that talking and just making them be a part of the community actually makes them feel special, because you want them, every viewer, to feel special. So the thing that I did the most was I tried to memorize, and a lot of streamers will say this, I tried to memorize something about the viewer. You told me yesterday, oh, okay, he had a bad day or he had a good day. He had this achievement or something, whatever happened bad. Um, and I'm like, okay, so how was your exam yesterday? I would ask him, and he would be like, oh, you remember, you remember me? I'm like, of course. Of course, Dylan, we all remember you. You know how it works. And then,
Yeah.
then, and it actually makes them feel special. And it's not a gimmick that we do. We actually do care, because otherwise we won't remember.
Yeah.
You know, otherwise we won't remember. And what the previous day was, because the viewer does matter. Without the viewer, we can't do any of this. So it's a mutual relationship. You know how we all come together. The streamer don't exist without the viewer. So the middle ground is that we all need to come together and obviously support one another. And our job as the streamer, not to be a counselor, as a belief. I have so many people that comes in wants counseling, and I'm like, I am not professional to to help you with whatever issue you have. I will probably say the worst shit that won't help you, And I feel so bad because it happens a lot when these viewers do
Mm.
that, and you try to be helpful and be nice and kind to them, because sometimes someone just needs an ear or an eye, I guess, because we read.
Yeah.
Uh, they need that. And but the way I capture my viewer is by just talking to them. The moment they come in, I say hello and I speak to them. Um, it's getting a bit harder now the bigger you get, to
Mm.
to stay in contact and remember everyone's personal lives. But and especially having streaming on more than one platform now, having three chats open, it
Oh
it
yeah.
makes it very complicated and hard to understand. So the best advice I can give is, it's very simple. Just talk to the viewer and make them feel part of your journey. That's it, and that they will go a long way.
What are your future goals for your streaming career, and how do you plan to achieve them? Do you want to go full time? Is it something you want to do full time? Is it part time? What's your next big goal?
I want to go full time, but obviously, as a South African, we are as a country we are still very undeveloped for the streaming field.
Mm,
So giving you a time frame on that will be we don't know. It
yeah.
can blow up today. It can blow up tomorrow. It can blow up in 10 years. Because unfortunately, it sounds weird when I say it like this because I don't mean it like this, but reality is majority of our country don't even have internet to even
Mm,
support us. I know, and it's unfortunate in a way because a lot of people then in a sense be- is left uneducated in that sense of what's actually happening on the uneducated is a bad word. I have limited amount of words because I'm Afrikaans, but
but it is like
I'm gonna
when you
use
tell people, "Oh, I stream or I game," they kind of want to laugh and be like, "But what is that a real thing? Do people
yeah.
actually watch you? Why would they watch you do that?" And then if
What
they were
sport?
more
We're the same thing.
educated, yeah, exactly.
It's the same thing. But it is my plan is to become full time. So which is why I ventured off into YouTube. So YouTube became my main focus. TikTok became my last focus. It's weird because it's the platform that made me kind of pop up on
Yeah, it's the
some
biggest
people's radar.
boost.
Yeah, it is. TikTok gives you the biggest boost out of all the platforms. Just
Mm,
natural. It just pumps your content out. But from a financial point of view, as a South African, we can't make money on TikTok. It's you can't.
mm,
It's what you get is the little bit where people like to donate to you, and I don't like getting donations at all. It's weird because it's kind of we need the donations to stay afloat, and
yeah.
but I don't like the donations. I don't like the fact that people need to pay us in a sense. I
Mm,
want a viewer to just come in and just watch and enjoy the content. And the way I can do that without taking anything from the viewer, because I really don't want to take anything from the viewer, is doing it on YouTube. So with YouTube, I've noticed because by the way, I think about 2 months back, I became monetized on
oh,
YouTube,
sweet.
making me one of the first. I think there might be someone I don't know about. So I'm gonna say one of the first to be monetized for Call of Duty South African
Oh,
gaming.
wow. What does that
So,
mean,
so
monetization on YouTube?
monetization mean you. It's very hard. It took me two years of grind.
Jeez.
I had to get 4,000 hours of watch time. The follower, like I said, the subscriber part is easy. No,
Oof.
it doesn't. You
Yeah.
only needed 1,000, and I went over that mark very quickly. The hard part is getting a viewer to stay long enough, and you can't do it from your shorts. You need to do it from your long form. Well, you can do it from your
Sure.
shorts, but the shorts is unpractical because you need 10 million views, and we're not
Mm,
gonna get 10 million views unless if you're lucky. So the reality is being monetized on YouTube means you need 4 hours watch time. 4 hours watch time means they're long form videos that's over 10 minutes.
jeez.
You need to keep a viewer locked in for that full duration, or try to keep the viewer locked in for the majority of the video, and then obviously that translates over to watch time, and then eventually the watch time meter grows up, and then you can be fully monetized. That means you are now partnered with YouTube. So
Sure.
meaning you are now partnered with YouTube, which was nice because I'm like in the small. I don't know where this group came from, but I'm in the small Africa YouTube group where they have meetings and they talk about new features rolling out. I don't know how they. I
It's like,
just became part of this group.
oh, wow.
Yeah,
I'm in now.
yeah, they also wanted to interview me, but we could never line the times up of when they wanted
Ah,
to do it because they want to do it in business hours, and I'm working in business hours.
yep.
I'm still full time employee, so couldn't do it because I was one of the first Call of Duty content creators in South Africa to do it. Not gaming. There's a few big South African gaming
Sure.
creators, and it's quite cool to be one of the first. Meaning we are the ones putting the foundation for the next generation. Because I don't think I'm gonna be the one who enjoys the fruit of our labor. I think the next generation is gonna enjoy.
Mm.
We are just paving the road right now, if that makes sense. But coming
That's
back to the
awesome.
question, my goal is to be fully monetized on YouTube. Oh, no, I am fully monetized. I mean, making my money from YouTube. Um,
So what does that
from a
mean? Like
financial
per
point,
minute watched, you get a certain rate, or
so how it works, it's weird. It's for gaming, it's very bad. The per so you get paid per ad and how long they watch the ad. From my
oh,
understanding, I'm still new to this, so I don't quite. grasp it yet. But so if they skip the ad, you do kind of, I think you get a lower portion. But if they watch the ad or fell asleep and then what's the
Ah.
ad, and then that's why I release my videos nighttime because they're on the way to bed.
They're like,
So, but so we make the money off there, meaning the viewer gives nothing, and all they need to do is just watch us, and that's my goal. I want the
Hmm,
viewer to just watch, and then obviously then I benefit from it. I don't feel like I want the viewer to give me anything. They
yeah.
must just watch and enjoy, and then I get the benefits from that. Let me just say, it's still too small to make a living off it. It's
Mm.
not. I probably can buy me KFC. That's about
Yeah, because life's expensive. So,
uh,
but
KFC with it, and that's about it. But it is,
it's
right
starting.
now,
It's
I'm
like the
still very
first step.
dependent. Yeah, so it's a first step, and I'm learning. It's very hard to understand. YouTube is like understanding the mind of the viewer. You need to understand what keeps their attention and what makes them want to click on the video. So it's kind of like you start psychologically learn how a person thinks as scrolling through the tabs. It's weird. It's weird, but that's but yeah, to sum it up, I would like to do it within like probably I don't think 5 years is realistic. Probably more than 5 years, but with between 5 to 10 years, I would want to figure it out because my hands are like degrading with age. So I need to either change games or change to a something more casual, you know? 'Cause I'm becoming more casual. I used to be very competitive, to sum it up.
Sure. I want to ask you more about your. I want to ask you more about your competitive side, but I don't know
Sure.
if you want to go in
No,
that.
I,
What's
I
your
can talk about it.
what
I'm
did
just
you
not gonna say what
do?
my name was.
What was your biggest
I'm
achievement?
trying
Like,
to,
what did you? That sounds awesome.
yeah,
And why are you saying mouse and keyboard all the time? Are you now only on controller?
yeah. So
Okay.
so when I used to play competitive, this is 10 years ago. Uh, 10 years ago. Um, we the console scene was not developed enough yet to play online tournaments. So the PC scene was the where all the tournaments was out. So we would
Ah.
go to Rage, and I don't know if you know Rage.
Mm-hmm.
It used to,
Yeah.
yeah. So we'll go to Rage every year, fly from Cape Town, um, and we had sponsorships, which was nice because we were one of the top 5 teams in South Africa when we were playing in our time. And
Sure.
what what made it fun was I liked competing and getting the opportunity to do it with my brothers because I have 2 brothers and we were all in the same team. So we would play Call of Duty and it used to be S&D only. That was the competitive scene. It was S&D. I'm assuming it was inspired by Counter Strike scene back in the day. And this was big. We used to play for big pools. This is like 50,000 rand, 60,000
Sure.
rand. Where will be the end? It's weird because in today's world, the prize pools has gotten
Hmm.
quite smaller. Because if you think about it, 50,000 rand, 60,000,
10
10
years
years ago, it
ago.
was a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money. So, but there's a lot of drama for how the comp scene is handling it, and I think it's just the lack of like the I don't want to say it like this, but I think the comp scene everybody's just trying to run their own tournament instead of
Yeah.
every or not org, but every company just trying to work together to build one big organization for South Africa to have one tournament set,
Yes.
one rule set. And we fall in the limbo where everybody wants to be now the company who starts up instead of actually catering for the community and work together and make a big cup. Because if you look at all the other countries, what they do very well is they have all these mini leagues. So like they call it as an example, like 3 states, which is why we used to do it when I 10 years ago, playing competitive. You have your summer league, your winter league, and then you have to qualify in your winter league to be able to go to LAN and play at Rage and play then against the toughest on the stage with a big screen and playing with a was very
Jeez.
cool. They
That's
don't do
awesome.
this anymore. It's weird.
It is
But
weird.
it is weird. It's like we went backwards because everybody wants their cut of the cake, or however you say it, instead of working together and building one big community. Because if you build a community in one set,
Yeah.
then you have more eyes. Meaning, if you have more eyes, you get sponsorships because sponsorship cares about eyes. And then, anyways, I'm, I'm pretty sure they have a reason for doing it, and I just don't understand. But because there must be, because I'm not too involved to understand why everything plummeted because our
Yeah.
comp scene is strong in certain games, Counter Strike, think Counter Strike is the only big game I think we have right now.
Yeah, I think there's one or two, and
FIFA,
then
FIFA,
that's it. Yes, and
FIFA,
FIFA.
FIFA. FIFA is very big, and but it's weird. I because look, my goal in the beginning was to help the competitive scene out, and then some of the companies kind of abused us content creators,
Mm,
and that kind of made me. I'm not sour about it, but it makes me very scared to work with them because I started noticing that because you as a content creator, you very um, you want to just help, man. Because if one of us wins, we all win. You
yes.
know, that's how I see it. If one of us creators wins, as an example, if one of us makes it big, so let's say you make it big or I make it big or whoever
Mm,
is the next person makes it big, all it takes that person is to take that person next to them and take them with on the journey. And then the next
yes.
person takes the next person. And then it becomes this whole sounds like a pyramid scheme. But it becomes this wave of how everybody just helps each other out. At the moment we're all trying to
Yes,
get
we're
up there.
all climbing the ladder, trying to get up there.
No. Yeah, okay. But I don't even know what the question was anymore. But but this is what I did 10 years ago. And I was playing competitive. And now, so what happened now, my hand started giving in and I couldn't play keyboard and mouse
Oh,
anymore.
sure.
My and so two things. Controller is very strong on Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
And even though I was on a very high skill level on keyboard and mouse, I couldn't compete against even the bot that is on Call of Duty.
Sure.
And so I swapped over a year ago and learned controller a year ago
That's
and
tough.
how to play it. Just because I'm competing still in tournaments casually. Casually, we played World Series of Warzone. We qualified on the first stage. We couldn't play further though. So as South
Oh,
Africans,
but
we are one
still,
of them who
it's still
qualified.
there.
Qualified. Yeah, I'm still there, but I'm not there. I'm the guy who barely makes it past the
So
finish
I can
line.
see over the edge.
Exactly. And but we qualified. Unfortunately, one of our teammates due to work because Call of Duty kind of have it very unplanned. Um, couldn't make it, and we couldn't continue on with the tournament. But yeah, I mean, having the opportunity to say that people don't understand how how big it is for me. It's so
Mm,
from keyboard and mouse to controller, and in a year, and then be able to qualify.
well done. That's
Meaning
insane.
I'm top 70 or I think it was top 70 or top 80 in the whole Europe, Africa, and Asia scene. We were top 80 in that
That's massive.
that's a massive group to be top 80 in
Yes.
my opinion. And if we did finish the qualifiers, we would obviously get free fully flights paid, sponsored by Call of Duty, wherever they
Oh,
normally they go to America, you'll be able to go see and live the life. I mean, just having the opportunity as a South African content creator, something as simple as that can put us on the map.
yeah.
And we need to make sure we compete in as many um, international tournaments do, not just South African tournaments, so that we can get our name out there. And this will inspire, obviously, way more
Yeah.
South Africans to do the same. Because the next generation is going to be stronger than our generation. It's supposed to just have a ripple effect,
Yeah.
pyramid scheme. Ripple effect.
Pyramid scheme. But I'm glad you have that what's the word? I'm glad you have that way of thinking because a lot of streamers are you get those streamers who are like, my viewers and my little bubble and it's just me
Mm.
and it's such a
Yeah,
bad thing to think that like
yeah,
I'm so scared if this streamer does this they're going to steal my
yep,
viewers or I'm not going to have my
yep.
people. You can't think like that. Like
So
we
they don't
need
want to
to.
collab, yeah. Yeah,
Yes, yeah.
yeah.
I've had that.
So
So,
so people probably put me on that boat, but I'm actually very open to collabing. The issue that is I only have 2 hours a day.
yes.
You can't. I can't. I only have 2 hours a day, so I'm not scared to lose my viewers. I don't care if I stream for one person or for
Mm,
10 people. It doesn't matter to me. Because I really want to give more to the community, but I can't because I only have 2 hours. And
yeah.
within that 2 hours, I need to make my content. Because if you collab, it doesn't always mean content because you don't know how you're gonna brush off the next person. So it's kind of like a risk
Yeah.
you take, and I don't always want to take the risk. And but people should be more working together. We should all of us content creators we should work together to try and help it. Even if we can't collab in a sense, we could shout out or send your community over to the next
Yeah.
person to help out. That's what I do. I will uplift or try and uplift someone and send my community over there. So as an example, what I did was I took in Kido. I don't know if you know about Kido.
Keto. Is that
He's my
isn't
he's
he?
my colleague. He's
Ah.
my colleague in the stream. So he had nothing, not nothing. Let me rephrase that. He did not know how the scene worked
Mm.
at all. And I was like, I wanted someone to play with every day and take with me on this journey. But the catch is they must do everything to the extent that I do. Because now the issue that I have is coming back to your point, people are scared to give their viewers or
Mm.
share the views of other people because they're scared of taking. I do not want to help a person that is putting in half the effort. I want to help the person who's putting in the same amount of effort. Because sending my views to someone, either buying views, because you get people now buying views,
Yeah,
it
sponsored
doesn't sit.
stuff and oh,
It doesn't sit well with me. I don't know why. Because
it'll
I've been doing it without buying it.
exactly
The next person is
organically.
buying views.
Organic growth,
Yeah,
that's what they call it. Yeah.
organically. Ex- Exactly. So now, if I see a content creator doing what I do, post on YouTube, post on stream on Twitch, make content, do all of these things, and I'm like, "Ah, I want to work with you because you
Mm.
doing what I'm doing. You know how I feel. You know where I'm at. You know the experiences I'm going through. Therefore, we should talk. We should make some. So when I met Keto, I was like, hey, Keto, you want to do this? Yes. Keto's like, yes, he wants to do it. Like, I will teach you everything I know if you're gonna put your heart and soul into it. And he did it. I'm super impressed and happy for him. He still he's plays with me every day, and now I have like I said, a colleague, a
Yeah.
little friend with me, a little friend with his small Sam. He's a little friend with
Very
me,
smart.
and now I'm sharing that journey because we as content creators, that's the one thing we lack. We don't, because we're still so new in South Africa, we don't have people to share or go grow with us because people hop out along the way.
Yeah.
They're like, this is not for me.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's a lot of new streamers
so,
popping up and then you kind of see them just
uh,
like disappear. They're just gone.
yeah, and that's what I'm scared of, and what I don't want to lift someone up. That's just half-assing it. If I'm gonna say it like that, I'm gonna
Yeah.
be very realistic because a lot of people are half-assing it, and they were, "Can you collab with me? Can you collab with me?"
Mm.
That's the people I don't want to help because they don't understand yet the
Yeah.
grind and the energy you have to put into it to make it successful. And we're not even successful yet, but we are seen as successful, but we're
Exactly.
not successful yet. And successful is when you quit your job and you are full time. That's successful. Oh, that's
Yeah.
in my mind.
Then you've made
But
it.
I see
That's also the
successful.
step I see. Yeah. It's like if you
Yeah,
can do it full time and be chill about it, that is, you've made it.
100%. And so why I'm very proud of Kido of how far he's came, and he's grinding, editing, doing posting as many videos as I told you I did. I post
Oh, that's good.
eight a week. He does exactly the same. He's putting in exactly the effort. He's also in the Call of Duty scene like me. So meaning I have someone who understands the grind, the
Mm.
feelings, the spirit, the energy, the everything that goes with it. Someone that you can relate with, because that's what we don't have that in
Yeah.
streamers.
It's
Of we don't have someone that can relate. You tell your auntie, I stream. What is this? I don't want this. I don't know what. Why go play outside? Why you do this? You have the aunties.
yeah.
They don't understand because
Yeah. And then you show
they're
them the clip
old.
and you're like, but look, this is my clip and it did so well. I've got like 100K
Yeah,
views. And then they're like, oh, but it's not even that funny. And then it's like, it's my proudest thing I have.
exactly. I know exactly how they feel. Like, look, you
yeah.
like even put the video on. You go to
Oh,
someone else's house. You put the
nice.
video on. You put the video on. Yeah, and
Yeah.
they're like,
Okay,
how's your
cool.
other job going?
Yeah. yeah. Your real job.
Your real job. Yeah.
oh gosh.
Maybe one day when we're big,
Yeah.
we'll prove
Then
them
it'd be
wrong.
like, here
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah. Exactly.
But a lot of people underestimate the grind that goes in and the work in the background that needs to be
Hmm.
done to kind of make it. And lots of people come in and they question, like, how did you do it? How did you grow this big or get 1,000 followers? Or how do I get my account bigger? And then it's like, you need to put in that effort. You cannot just click
Yep.
that live button and go. You need to put in the grind. Have you also found that that's the way to your
Yep.
success?
A lot of planning. My success is a lot of planning. So what I've realized was that just going out there and winging it every day doesn't always work. Eventually, the winging it method is gonna run out of content. Then you actually need to produce something from scratch, and make it valuable or something that the viewer will like. this is where the most hardest part come, and people lack the motivation to be innovating or
Yeah.
innovating in the field that they are. And I've realized that a lot of South Africans, they're just hoping they're gonna get lucky,
Yeah.
and
They pick the
you
niche
can't
and
do it
stick
without
with the
luck
niche and they stay
and
in
stick
that
with the niche.
lane. Yeah.
100%. Don't be scared to innovate and try something new, even if you get one view, because that one view you got is something you will learn from. Because then next time it will be 2 views and 3 views. Eventually, it's gonna catch up with your niche. Because I have my niche too. Our niches are very similar,
Mm.
and
But it's
that's
also
why.
different as it is the same. Like
No,
you have
it's
to
different. You are,
experiment and
it's the same. It's the same, but it's different. It's weird.
mm,
It's you are in a completely different scene, but we do the same thing technically. It's
yeah.
weird. But
And you've got whole different
but
structures to your videos. You have certain hooks that you use, and you've got more of like
yeah,
an intro type, which I wish I could do, but I'm
yeah.
like super awkward.
Kak awkward.
They're so
Kak,
awkward.
very
Looking in the camera and being like, this is my clip of my 1v4. Oh, you do it well.
uh,
Like, kudos to you. But yo,
let me it was so I can't even remember when that started becoming a thing. I think it was an accident. One of my clips was an accident where I said something before it happened, and then I was like, "Oh,
this
hold
works.
up, wait a minute, this is important."
Yeah.
Because all that's the clip that I have that got a 1 million views because
Oh,
on my
geez.
TikTok channel, 1 million views. And I was like,
This is working.
"Wait up,
This
hold up a
The
minute."
choir is starting and
And then I was like, okay, so this is working, and now I'm gonna try and make this thing go many other ways. That's what I
nice.
went with.
Yeah, it's good to experiment with content like that as well.
You have to.
Put your funny video out there or your different video and see how it does, and it'll surprise you sometimes. So
Yep, it's okay, and it's okay to fail. Don't worry about getting 10 views. It
yeah,
takes time.
it happens. And then sometimes
Yep,
I've also found that I spend an hour on one clip and it just does excellent, and I spend 3 hours on another clip and it's like
yep,
400
yep.
views. I'm like, what?
I know exactly.
Where is the people's minds?
Exactly. And I'm sitting, you will sit there and you're like, oh, I'm cooking right now. This is gonna be the one.
Let me
This is
cook.
gonna be the one. Let me cook. It's gonna be you spend days, you like post it, and the thing can't get over 1,000 views. You're like, damn. Maybe it was only me who found this funny. This- that's I learned that very quickly.
Yeah.
It's the stuff that goes viral is the stuff you just like.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's
One of my best videos, one of my top 2 videos is like I think it's a total of 20 seconds if it's that long. And it's
yeah,
like 3 scenes moored together, just like few captions and it like
yeah.
kaboom. I'm like, why
It
did I
blew up.
spend 3 hours on the previous one when this
Yep, yep. I know exactly what you mean. And it takes that one video to also give you a little boost
Oh yeah, then
in your
your
streaming
followers
career.
like
One video.
jump and then the views jump and everything. So producing the content is
I,
also very important for pushing the rest of your everything.
100%. I remember my first one. Me and my fiance was in the store. I think my first video got 150 views. The first big one. It was a guy who was saying, "Theo was moer vinnig." In my in my video, and I was like, and it went, and my fiance's like, "We're going home. You're gonna go stream now." And then
Oh,
I
that's
went
so
home and stream,
sweet.
and all the people started coming over from the video, coming to watch my live, and I was like, and back then we couldn't even stream on TikTok live yet, so you had to. They were clicking on the link because they wanted to see more,
Sure.
and there was the first, and that's when it started kicking off. That's when because you kind of start off streaming for 3 people for a very long time, which is like your brother and your own
Yeah.
phone.
Just put your device on. I need the view, please.
Yeah, it and then that was when my whole thing. That's when I realized, oh, maybe I have something here. Let
Yeah.
me try it out.
All
And that
right.
was the one I just went like, eh.
It's the most important streaming. So like you said now, there's a grind involved, there's content creation,
Yeah.
there's everything. What advice would you give someone who's just starting out and looking to go live?
So the first thing that is important, find your niche. Going live is technically secondary. Content is primary. Content without the content, no one's gonna find your live. That's just how the system works. It's weird, but go live. Get used to streaming for 2 and 3 people. Trust me, you get the nerves off. You're gonna be more comfortable. the reason why you do not want to just stream for 100 people off the get-go is the reason is you're not going to be prepared when that opportunity comes. You're going to be inexperienced. You're not going to understand how to hold the viewer, how to understand the viewer. So the best advice I can give you is stream for 3 people. You're going to learn how to talk to yourself. It's super important to talk to yourself and understanding how to talk to yourself. Basically have two monologues in your head and just speak about it, speak to yourself. So ask yourself questions, answer your own question, literally go with it. And try to minimize the streaming up to like an hour at first or 2 hours. Try to make plain content that you're gonna make in that video, and then in that hour session stream, and then start posting that content, and you will see viewers will come over. It's the best advice, trust me. After clicking the like button, do it for an hour, or at most two. Don't go over two. Because trust me, if you're streaming for one person and you're streaming for 6 hours, you will stream to that one person for 6 hours. You're not gonna get more
Yeah.
views. That's the reality of it. Streaming is your secondary, content is your primary. Super important. Make the content, take every opportunity that you see as a content moment, clip it, and make content with it and post it. And you can use your phone. Don't be scared to use your phones. Don't think we started with all of this stuff in the background and 5 screens and the ring light. We started, I had a spotlight on me, a real spotlight. It was burning. My screen was melting. That was how I started. So they don't have an excuse. If a computer will blue screen after every like 5 maps in Call of Duty. So
Oh my gosh.
hardware comes later. Start with your potato PC, you'll be fine. Or your
Mhm.
potato phone, however you want to do. But yeah, best advice, trust me, content first, streaming second.
It's good
Super
advice.
important.
And then talking about your technical setup, walk us through your streaming setup and the equipment that you use.
Yep.
Like, how big is your setup? Do you run a dual PC setup? Are you one of those streamers which are like, oh, you are, you
Yeah.
little. And then also screens. How many screens do you have, and how do you manage? Yeah, what's your
Sure.
setup like?
So I have 3 PCs in front of me. One is my work laptop, but I use it to have, as an example, whoever streaming with me stream. So, as an example, keto stream or a streamer who I'm supporting, I will have this they open on the one side while I'm playing, and then my chat will be on my streaming PC. But by the way, like I said, I had one PC that took me 4 years
Yeah.
to get to this big. You don't just buy stuff, you buy like little parts at a time, little parts. So I have a 2 PC setup. Oh, by the way, all the 3 PCs audio goes to one headset, and my one keyboard and mouse works on all 3 PCs.
Oh, jeez.
I'm technical. I'm very technical. I figure out these things. So, my mic works over all 3 PCs. When I'm at work, I can use exactly the same setup to just work, and then I can switch over to my stream or
Oh,
work.
that's nice.
But yeah, I've got 3 monitors, well, technically four with the laptop screen, one keyboard and mouse, which is all Razer products. I'm a big Razer fan. This is also Razer.
Ah.
Razer. I'm not gonna lift my keyboard up, but keyboard is Razer. My second mouse is a Razer. Not that I use it, but this is my old mouse. It's instant. And but keyboard and mouse. I have a Stream Deck, which is was a gift to me from my fiance's mother, which is very nice. To get me a stream because the Stream Deck revolutionized everything.
I want to ask you.
it,
I need to still get one, but
it's
is
weird.
it worth it? Is it worth it?
It's worth it. I enjoy every moment of it. It makes me do funny little quirky things that I want to do on stream, which you could never do just having a keyboard and a mouse. Or you can, want to set
But yeah,
it up like
remembering
that,
all
but
those keybinds is gonna drive you
yeah.
insane.
And then you have a game, and the game is going over
And then
those
the button does
keybinds, and
something, and
so it's complicated. But Stream Deck really simplified everything. It makes it so easy. Now, before I start every game, I can just press a record button on there. I can see if it is recording or not. I can clip it off there, so I don't need to go watch a 4 hour stream anymore to clip a content out of it. I can just press the clip button, and it will record 2 minutes back. And I know that was my moment.
oh,
And then I
nice.
give that to my editor. He knows, okay, he needs to go find the content in there. It's normally at the end because that's the part where you clip. And super easy because you need to make it easy for your editor. You can't give your editor 4 hours of
You're a
stuff.
shame.
Trust me. They will so I just give him, this is what you need to do. Just do that. And then we post it. But yeah,
Nice.
so keyboard, mouse, my guitar, then like all of this is gonna move. I'm busy with another room to move the streaming stuff. So It used to be way more closer, but now it's there. But everything that's left over in the house that I can use, like just have this is just background to fill up the void of there used to be lights there. We got a puppy and he
Aw.
ate the lights. So
Oh.
now there's no lights. So that this used to be a whole lot, and then I bought me a few lights that I can do this with. Let me show you.
Let's give us a
I can't.
demo.
Yeah, let me see. So whenever I start, my lights is on like on the Wi-Fi, and I can control it by my phone. If that makes sense, so I can turn
Ooh.
it on and off on my phone, and then whatever color I want to make it from
Oh,
my phone, I can
nice.
pick it. And so normally when I'm working, it's an example more lighter, calmer color. This is my normal color. But when I'm streaming, it's because of Blue Bee, so it has to
Yeah,
be
you got
blue.
to.
It has to, and it costs so much money, but I feel like these simple things at the end of the day, m- like it. What's the word? It
Enhances
makes
your
yeah, the experience of the viewer. Because at the end of the day, we need to look professional, or I feel like I want to look professional. Because sometimes you can get away with not looking professional, but I like to look the part. I feel
mm,
like if you look the part, then you'll become the part,
good
you'll
things will
become that
happen.
person you're trying to. Yes, and that's how I'm looking at it. And then I got a camera, which is my Logitech C922, I think they call it. And then I have another camera which you saw earlier. I don't know if I can't switch camera. I'm not gonna touch this and
You,
break it. I have another camera who
you can do it. You can
records
try if
my
you want.
hands. Okay, so I wanted to show, but I can't. So I have a web. So all of this, the way I've designed my whole streaming setup, I had with the mindset of this is possible sponsorships. I have a blank wall. Someone wants to put something there.
Fill this,
Uh,
please.
yes, and then I have the camera going down to my keyboard and mouse or my controller now. And then, as an example, I got a controller sponsorship because of that. I'm not gonna
Oh,
say the brand
nice.
now, but I got a controller sponsorship from it. And I was because I was showing that, how I told you in the beginning, it's important to show what you have.
Hmm.
Because that's how what we show the end. Because all my streams, people can see my hands, how I'm playing with the controller or with my keyboard and mouse. So they see the hardware that I'm using. So everything that I've set up is with a meaning. Even like the chair behind me that looks like it has a logo on it.
Ah, I thought it was a chair with
So
a logo
it's,
on it.
no, it's just my hoodie.
Ah,
So
nice.
everything I've done in a way to make it an opportunity to be like, oh, Mr. Brain, oh, where can we put it? You want my chair? You want my
Hey,
wall?
there we go.
You want my mouse pad area? So we as content creators need to be open on how we set up our stuff because at the end of the day, these are a sponsorship field and they want to fill the void with their logo pointing up somewhere.
Yeah.
And keep that in mind. It works like this whole stand is there for a reason. Oh, you don't want my cup anymore there? You want
Want
your
your cup?
thing? You want your cup, you say. Okay, bring me a cup. That's how it works.
Oh,
And
it,
even the head, see, there's a head that says, "Oh, you want me to wear your hats? I can wear your hats every day." That one day. So it doesn't make sense. Like all
yeah.
of it comes in it's simple
Marketing.
things that people marketing, simple things people don't they take for granted and it really makes a lot of difference. But that's pretty much my setup. I got a two PC setup and it's very simple and complicated at the same time.
Yeah. Simple
Yeah.
and complicated. Helps that you're in IT.
It helps. Yeah, I help Kido out of a lot of his stuff. If he's not computer literate. No, he's computer literate. That's the wrong word. He's technically disadvantaged.
Yeah.
So when he struggles, I have to go and help him solve his
That's
computer
good.
problems. It's always everybody needs an IT guy as a friend. That's how
Hmm.
I think it.
Definitely. Otherwise, the issues you will run into. In South Africa, that works. It works.
Yeah, it does. I think we either very sad people or people who just love jokes. It's one of the two because it's the
Mm.
reality of it.
The more
I don't know.
degenerate a video can be, the better it does. It's just it.
Yeah,
I
it's
might cut
true.
that, but
Hoe meer rauw hy kan wees, it's exactly how I video is. That's how you get the attention.
and then I'm so conflicted. I've got such good clips that I cannot post because it's literally it's gonna get me stuck in jail or get me a court
Yeah,
case or
same.
something. But it's
I don't,
so good.
remember, my presence on Call of Duty is to piss people off.
Oh
And
yeah,
I
you
think the shit I have
you know the
that I
field.
can't
You wrote the book for the field.
and you know where it came from? It's from watching Leon's sister back in the
Oh
day.
really?
A big, and that's basically why I'm trolling people. To answer your inspiration thing, he's part of it because
Sure.
because that's why because my content started off with go- just going off what people say, and then I realized, oh, okay, I can't really go off what people say anymore because it becomes stale, becomes the same thing over and
Mm,
over. And I'm like, what if? And then Call of Duty released Warzone 2, and they're like, hey, now mics they can hear
yeah,
me too.
like
And
proximity
I'm like,
mics.
now I'm gonna troll South Africa. Because now I can talk back. But it makes it horrible with the stream snipers, but now
Yeah, yeah.
because you kind of now need to check who's doing it on purpose and who's actually genuine. Because the purpose one you can kind of feel the vibe's not the same. You
Mhm.
know, a guy who's genuinely upset with you, you can. There's a big difference when a
Yeah.
guy is genuinely upset with
Oh my
you.
gosh.
Cool.
Have you collaborated with any other streamers or content creators? Let's do that.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
you can go the drama
okay.
route. I
Well,
can give you
let me
some.
do
I
it.
can give you
Wait.
some tea.
Let me
I
cook.
can give you some tea.
Cool. Let me ask the full sentence. Have you collaborated with any other streamers or content creators, and how did their experience or how did the experience collabing with them impact your channel?
All right, so there's two kinds of streamers that I've collabed with, and well, the one is the one that genuinely wants to help you out and be with your community, is in your chat, supporting your community, and then you have the one who's kind of trying use you for to get the like how we explained earlier to try and get your to get clout, man.
Mm,
And I've learned I've I've had the experience where I've learned now don't just collab with everyone. You kind of have to be very careful who you pick if they have the same not personality but same goals and same positive impact that you want to have on the communities. Because I've had the experience where I'm like, hey, you guys want to collab? Because when I had my 3 viewers, I was also the kind of guy who was typing to bigger creators, be like, hey, how can we work together? Do I need to reach
mm.
a certain? Because I was the guy who was like, hey, do I need to reach a certain goal? Do you want me to be on 10 viewers? Then we can collab. Must it be on 20?
Aw.
How does it work? Because at the end of the day, you have to look at a collaboration as an equal share,
Mm,
right? If you have 10 viewers and you have 10 viewers, let's make 20 viewers together, kind of a. And what a lot of the people don't get is if you have 3 viewers and you're coming in with 10, this streamer is not gaining anything. He's just helping you out in that scenario,
mm.
which is nothing. There's nothing bad with it. He can help you out if he wants to. But people don't understand that this created it was very hard for him to work to get to this point.
Yeah.
And now people just want the easy route to get to the same
Mhm.
spot, and that's why a lot of us will not always collab with the smaller guy. Not because we don't want to, because you still have to just prove yourself in that moment. Once you've
Yeah.
proven yourself, and we see you as part of us, or it's weird. It sounds like an hierarchy, but it's not how I mean it.
Sorry.
but
Oh, that slipped out.
but it sounds weird, but it's not how I mean it. I mean it literally as we like to work with our peers, and we
Yes.
want to see our peers thrive just like us. Because at the end of the day, we help you up, and then one day you're gonna go up, and
Mm.
then you can help us pick up again. And it can be this complete thing where we all just keep climbing the ladder together. Because your moment might be this year, and my moment might be next year. We never know.
Yeah.
You never know, the guy who had 3 viewers can be bigger than us in a year. We don't know what potential he has till he understands the potential he has. And you should really take the time and figure out what is good for you. But anyways, back to collabing. So I had a bad experience. I
Mhm.
will explain it to you. The experience basically went with I reached out, hey, you want to collab? And he's like, and we were same size. And I'm like, okay, you want to collab? He's like, yeah, let's do it. And I'm like, okay, cool, man. And took the streamer came in and he collabed with us. First red flag. First red flag. He didn't stream.
Ooh.
So so I don't know if I
What?
was supposed to make it clear
Uh,
to that you are supposed to stream to help. Then we help each other out, kind of
I
vibe,
thought that was obvious,
So
but okay.
yeah. So the guy came. He didn't stream. He just came, and then so in Warzone, if you last alive, you have to buy your team back. So
Mm.
normally when you are collabing, you would like to keep the team up and alive. So obviously you can vibe from each other and just makes funny jokes, man. When this specific streamer was last alive, he wanted to run the show. He wanted to stay like he wanted all of us to just watch him, all the viewers, all the streamers, we
Ooh,
all must just now watch him play while he wasn't live and his name is show. Now, so stuff like that, it starts.
it's a bit of a red
Then you start
flag.
getting like, yeah, it's like a red flag, and that's the day I learned. Make sure the people's goals are in line with yours
Yeah.
before actually completely engaging and making
Getting
yourself
in the live
open.
and being like,
eh,
whoopsie. Mm.
yeah, because we don't mind, we really don't mind sharing,
Mm.
but don't make it a one-sided thing. Make it a
Yeah.
mutual thing. And there is streamers we've played with that didn't stream, but then we knew he wasn't gonna stream because it was off his streaming schedule.
Yes.
He's just coming to come and vibe with us and having fun with us instead of gaining anything from it. Because he doesn't even
Mhm.
mention his stream.
Yeah.
That's how you know the guy just coming in to come and vibe.
Yeah.
But when a guy comes in, he mentions, "Hey, I stream here and there," and
I'm
then
live right now. I'm live right now.
yeah, yeah. Before he logs off of your crew, he's like, "I'm gonna go stream now." Cheers.
Yeah. Oh,
that's,
stop.
that's the
It's
worst.
the worst.
They're like, then you sitting there, and then like, because now you are on camera in your life, and
And you need to like hold
I
your
don't know if we,
pose. You can't do this
yeah, you have
now
to
live.
hold you're smiling, then you're like thinking, and your whole world just collapses in front of your eyes as you're like, I will never trust you again, young sir.
Yes.
you know, and that was I'm not gonna name the streamer, but that has happened to us, and that made me very skeptical on why I wait till I see the streamer being ready in the same mindset as us.
Yeah.
That's when I stream with them. And I don't, like I said, we don't mind collabing. It's just a matter of fact of let us also trust you because you are trusting us with your viewers, and we should be able to trust you. And also a big tip: make sure the person you're streaming with, if he's for us family friendly, that you keep it family friendly because it's actually because some people don't understand. Some people
Mm.
have different viewers, kids, and some people have adults. Some people have old people.
Yes.
I'm old,
I had that
so
problem too with a collab.
yeah,
I was like, yeah, let's go collab. We were kind of the same size at that point. I'm like, okay, we're gonna do scary games. So there's swearing, there's skricking, there's like
yeah,
it's rough. And the moment we
yeah.
got in, he's like, oh, just by the way, you guys aren't allowed to swear at all. And I was like,
should have told me that ahead
it's
of the
like being
time.
at your granny's
Technically,
house and you can't say anything and you're so then we had now you're live in the camera and you're like, now I need to do a
left.
full 2 hour stream and where I'm usually like, getting scared and doing and saying things. Now I need to
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I was so quiet that whole stream. It was just not
yeah.
and that's where I also, learned a hard
We
lesson of
learn.
set
Yeah,
those
you
rules
learn.
and boundaries before you get there. And then also if the other
Yep,
person's say push to talk isn't on, just tip for all streamers. I don't know if you're keen on that. But you talking
yeah.
to your chat and another streamer talking to your chat in the
Yeah,
chat.
I
Like,
feel
come
it
on,
right now
stop.
when you say that. I feel it how angry it makes me.
Mhm.
So
And when you get
you
on someone
don't
else,
do
even
that.
if you're the viewer, even me just going through the feed and being like, oh, he's a cool viewer, and they're collabing with someone, you hear them like, dankie vir die rosie julle. And
Yeah,
it's
now
so bad.
I get flames. I get flames when that happens. I'm like, our streams is supposed to stay in our box. You stay in
Mm,
your box. You
yeah.
you don't go over. You respect the other streamer and the other streamers' viewers. And a lot of people don't get that.
They don't get that.
I've had a collab. I've had one collab like that. It was so. I was like, never again. I'm sorry.
Then it's too
Go
late.
learn
You're already in
streamer
front of the
etiquette.
camera.
There is literally a thing like streamer etiquette. People
Mm,
don't know this. They go out, and afterwards I did go to the stream. I typed him, "Hey brother,
mm,
we don't do that. You do that."
yeah.
Because and then I thought maybe he just didn't know. So I was like, let me type
Mm,
him a nice message. Hey, maybe next time when you play with someone, make sure your mic is muted. Like respectfully, I was like telling him, just make sure your mic is muted when you talk to your chat. You kind of don't, because then it's technically seen as advertising when you
yeah.
have open mic,
Yes. And it's
because
hard
you're
for you to
kind of taking
concentrate
over the
because
show.
is he giving me
Yeah.
comms? Is he calling out someone? Who's he talking to? What did he say? It's
Yeah, yeah.
oh
So
no.
Me and Kido have a thing where we make fun of each other. So because you do get oopsies where you forget
Oh
to
yeah.
unmute your mic, or you inverted mute, we call it. So what we would do is he would be like, "Thank you for the gift." We'll be like, "Yeah, thank you." So cool. That's
Oh,
a nice little wink at each other. You need to
just
mute your mic, and then he mutes it. Yeah, So
Oh,
that's
that's
how we do
cute.
it. So that, but this is why it's so important when you have like people you stream with every day. You kind of start learning each other's vibes, and you know
Mm.
how to make content off each other's vibes, which is
Yeah.
super important. That's why I keep the crew small. I only have two people I play with every day,
Yes.
and that's the crew. That's my set crew, and then outside that will be then technically seen as collaborations, you know. So
Yeah.
I keep it within the two crew because now I can be have a bad day, and then I can sit. "Oh, I don't want to stream, but you have to because it's your schedule.
Mm.
But yeah, it's your schedule. You gotta come and do it, and then he will uplift my mood. He will be like, "Let's do this," and the same me for him, and then that's how we vibe off. It's super important, and
Yeah.
that's why I say it's so special to have someone doing it with you instead of just alone. Because
Yeah.
you definitely will have that poopy days where you just like, I don't want to stream today. But
Mhm.
you know the viewers is like paying subscriptions and you don't
And
want
your
to let them
Discord's blowing up
down.
like they can't wait. Let's go live. Where is she?
Yeah,
Where's he?
exactly. I've seen it. Even they start typing, and I'm not even live yet. Because
Ye-
on Twitch you can start typing before you live. I'm like, "Ah, but I didn't want to stream today, and now you're
Yeah.
typing already." They're like, okay, gotta let me show
It
up.
is what it is now.
Yeah. It is what it is because you start the stream of boys. I'm not in a good mood today,
Oh.
but you can help me vibe. That's normally my saying. You can help me vibe, and then my chat will be a little bit more active that day
Oh, that's
to
nice. It's good having
make
that
me.
community.
Yes, it's nice when like just sometimes you just need someone to vibe off. You know,
That's
that
true.
really makes a difference.